Police have launched an investigation into the death of TikTok influencer Emilie Kiser's 3-year-old son.
Influencer whose little boy drowned is suing to keep the information about the investigation private.
According to the search warrant application,
Brady Kiser told Chandler police he lost sight.
When he looked outside, he found Trigg floating in the pool.
To everyone's shock, Arizona officials have released some new details in the Emilie Kiser situation, and I'm gonna have to do something I've never had to do before. Finding out these details, I want to apologize and retract some of the speculations I had in my last video. To catch you up to speed, TikTok mommy influencer Emilie Kiser lost her son tragically in a drowning incident, and it's become national news.
Influencer Emilie Kiser's son has died after being found unresponsive in a backyard pool. 3-year-old Trigg succumbed to his injuries after being hospitalized in a critical condition. A neighbor confirmed to dailymail.com that Emilie's home was swarmed by cop cars late on Monday night following the tragic ordeal. Officials have stated no further details will be released at this time out of respect for the family's privacy, but the incident remains under investigation.
She hasn't come out to speak on it yet, but her silence has caused so many speculations. There was also a neighbor reporting some alleged and fake nonsense and also stalking Emilie's house.
You're telling me this girl that claims she's Emilie Kiser's neighbor thought it would be a good idea to walk by Emilie Kiser's house and record?
It's just been a mess, but as I mentioned in my last video, Emilie sued and won to keep the details of her son's drowning private.
There have been more than 100 public record requests about the case. She says releasing those records would turn Arizona's public records law into a weapon of emotional harm.
Because these parasocial lunatic fans were requesting the 911 call, body cam footage, surveillance footage.
Her attorneys have said that there have been more than 100 public records requests, people trying to get their hands on the intimate details that led to her son's death, and she's really asking the public to stop doing that.
Saying it would be a profound invasion of privacy. In response to the suit, Maricopa County's Office of the Medical Examiner said it worked with the family to place a seal on the record.
But there were talks that some of the records will still be released, and that's why we're here today, because this morning we got answers as to where was the husband during the time that their son fell in the pool.
So we have some new details emerging about the drowning death of the son of a social media influencer from here in the Valley, Emilie Kiser.
The 3-year-old was found in the family's backyard pool in Chandler just last month.
12 News journalist Tricia Hendricks joining us now with more. What'd you learn today, Tricia?
Troy, this afternoon I've been looking through the newly released search warrant application obtained by 12 News, and that application reveals just what Emilie's husband Brady told police when he called 911 after discovering their 3-year-old son floating in their backyard pool.
People were previously speculating that this was Emilie's first time going out with friends since having her baby. Her husband Brady was supposed to be staying home with the toddler and baby while Emilie was out. Now, we weren't fully sure whether Emilie took the baby or not, but we do know that Brady was responsible to watch the toddler. People were saying that Emilie was the one who called 911 because she watched her son drown through the surveillance cameras they have in their backyard, and when she tried to call her husband, he wasn't picking up.
Received an alert on her phone that there was a motion detected in the pool. So she called Brady, he didn't answer, so she ended up calling 911. But there's a security camera on the back of the house. You know she was watching.
And everyone was questioning and wondering, where was Brady during this time? Why was he not picking up his wife's phone call? Why was he not attending to the toddler for that long? It makes everyone wonder, what is he doing during this time? To be away from your toddler and not notice him in sight and even your phone for that long is honestly quite sus to me too, were the exact words I used. And I really want to apologize and retract those words and for even repeating that narrative, because
according to the search warrant application that was obtained by the Arizona Republic, the husband of social media influencer Emilie Kiser told police he was watching their newborn when their 3-year-old son fell into the pool.
That yes, Emilie was out with friends and he was home alone with both of the kids. While Trigg just got done eating, he went outside to play by the pool, which was apparently not uncommon. He said he went to attend to the baby and lost sight of Trigg for just 3 to 5 minutes. And when he realized his son Trigg wasn't in sight, he quickly ran to look for him, and when he found him, he was floating in the pool. He jumped in the pool, got his son out, and quickly called 911. The first responders arrived and started performing CPR. Brady told police that there was usually a protective net on the pool, but it just wasn't on that day, ? I don't know.
According to the application, he told police that after eating, Trigg went into the backyard to play using the sliding door, and he saw him playing near the pool. Apparently, that was not uncommon because the pool is normally covered with a protective cover, distracted by his infant son, Teddy. That's what he told police. A detective in an interview after all of this happened, he told that detective that he lost sight of Trigg for about 3 to 5 minutes. And when he looked outside, he found Trigg floating in the pool. He immediately jumped in to try to rescue him and called 911. Those documents also show CPR was administered.
But it does turn out that it was Brady who called 911, and all the speculation that Emilie was the one who called 911 while watching it through the surveillance cameras.
Brady didn't realize anything until 9.1.1 showed up. That's when he finally found out his own son who was in the house with him was in trouble.
I think we could put all those speculations to rest because I don't think those details really matter at this point.
The suit says that Kiser herself hasn't reviewed the autopsy report or security or body camera footage either, and she doesn't intend to do so anytime soon.
Of course, there could have been taken measures to prevent this, but we now know that he was attending to his baby while he lost sight of the toddler, and that he was the one who pulled the toddler out, not the first responders like everyone assumed.
Now, while processing the scene, investigators noticed 2 outdoor cameras in the backyard that could have captured what happened. Investigators in the search warrant said they wanted to obtain the video surveillance so they could corroborate Brady Kiser's statement. Now, after Emilie went and filed the lawsuit to keep everything private, the medical examiner's office had already removed some summary from his passing. This is crazy. I mean, Brady did say that they usually do have a protective covering over the pool. How could the boy have drowned if there was a protective covering? I think that's why there's an investigation. I think that's why they want that surveillance tape from the backyard.
I'm sure this whole situation will haunt him for the rest of his life, so let's not dig into it.
The bar for fatherhood is in hell. We know this. This woman went out one time with her friend while their toddler drowned. She got alerts on her phone that somebody was near the pool, tried to call him, he didn't answer, allegedly. The people that are like trying to hold her accountable, the men, are saying she should have never left home. She should have never went out with her friends. These are the same people that will tell men to try to get custody of their kids instead of paying child support, but will not hold this man accountable for being negligent.
Blame Emilie for leaving her kids with her own husband, or say things like they should be charged for this.
Some new information coming out about Emilie Kiser's husband, and I still 100% believe that Emilie Kiser and her husband should be criminally charged with negligence.
This family has gone through enough. We can sit here and come up with many ways this could have been prevented. I'm sure they thought about it 1,000 times as well, but it doesn't change what happened. A child lost his life unexpectedly because accidents happen when you lose sight of your children, even for a split second.
Emilie is going through a parent's worst nightmare right now. She lost her young son. The suit continued. Emilie is trying her best to be there for her surviving son, 2-month-old Theodore, but every day is a battle.
My heart goes out to the Kiser family, and it's so sad that the baby won't get to experience the parents that he had before this tragedy, because a loss changes you forever. So anyway, I just wanted to do this short update. I'm going to leave it here. I'm never going to speak about this case again, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.